What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. Back on July 10th, right around when we got the Battles of Legends spoilers, we got this huge leak for Gold Series. It's like 69 cards out of the 160 some odd card set, and I noted that Carlancho Store has been right in the community time and time again, but I said to take this not just with grains of salt, but buckets of salt. We've never seen a leak like this in the community before that early. Turns out it seems to be all freaking true. Yugi tubers today ended up opening a ton of Gold Series early to show it off from Konami, and the reveals were ridiculous. And we also got to see some new cards, like different Dragon Maids are gold rare as well. We saw that Magical Meltdown comes as a gold letter rare, Super Polymerization confirmed in the gold rarity, Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. This is a gold letter rare as well, the Barrier Statue of Inferno to go with Nimnim's reveal of the Wind Barrier Statue, alternative arts of Boral Sword, and Phantasme Eldritch indeed confirmed in gold rare, as well as Harpy's Feather Duster. I do want to air a little bit of news here / caution. Remember how many cards are in this freaking set, but also the EU packs are going to be different than the USA packs we're finding out. We have Tier 0 able to now put up pictures of the displays, and even the packaging is different for both of them. You can see the US packs here come in this like closed off different thing where you get a window booster display in the EU, and while the initial pack, like I guess you would call this a blister maybe, with 4 packs inside is the same, where you're gonna have the 7 cards each, 2 premium golds. Then when you get to the display level, they have 6 boxes instead of 5. People have been asking me and Tier 0, why is it so much more on Tier 0? And they were like, let us get the glams, let us get these things, and now it's flying off the shelves at Tier 0 today as well. You can use code WhatsGood5 over there. I know Phantom Rage reveals are up there too, so you might want to add some stuff to your order. But when it comes to these, that's why there's a price difference. There's a whole nother blister within just the displays, meaning that when you get to the 4 displays in a case, you're going to have 4 extra blisters for all of those boxes. So it's kind of wild that you have this difference in how it's actually structured together on the sealed level between EU and USA, but that should also confirm that these are coming from different processing like places for making the cards, printing plants, I suppose. And with that, that means the card quality could be different. You could see different production things with these. So if you want to hedge your bets, maybe order both EU and USA packs if you want to. And of course, code WhatsGood5 works over at YBM as well. 2 of the cheapest places to still get Gold Series on all this hype. My opinion still hasn't changed. I think this is a great product to keep aside sealed. Every first incarnation of a new gold rarity tends to do very well over time, but I also do fear that Konami next year is going to want to one-up this Gold Series and do something like a little another something like, oh, collector rare or something within the Gold Series to one-up last year. So maybe there is, maybe there isn't a really good long-term potential to this, but personally I think history repeats itself. This first introduction of Gold Series back, and by the way, the gold rares look amazing. They are the same as the OCG. All of that aside, I do want to say one more time, 162 cards in here. Good luck chasing your singles if you're busting this open. Phantom Baby Rage is up over on Tier 0 site, and we get confirmation on a few more Starlights. Alpha comes in Starlight. Also, Phantom Knights of Tornscale seems to come Starlight here. I think these are placeholders, and they haven't actually put them up at the $500 mark. I wouldn't assume they would want 500 for Hida as well, so I think these are just placeholders until they see how many they get out of their cases. They also have sold out initially of Divine Arsenal AA Zeus and Alpha Master Beast. They told me they plan to relist throughout the day. In fact, in just a couple of minutes, there should be 20 of each going up on the site, and then they plan to even relist throughout the night. So just keep refreshing, keep following their Twitter. They usually announce when they restock, but today I'm sure they're busy. You're going to have to refresh yourself. Oh, also on the site, you can change it to US dollars up here, and many different places as Tier 0 has gotten way bigger in the international game. That being said, we do see Tornscale pretty expensive towards $38. It's a great card, and then a lot of cards going down quicker than they were on TCG Player yesterday. You now have 9 listings instead of 4 listings over here on TCG Player, but you can see the prices are way bigger on these snap called $60 secrets, so the demand does seem way to be there at these price points, which tells you these are going to be pricier cards than Tier 0 is letting them go at, but Tier 0 is just trying to make sales. So once the competition ramps up, where do you think these will land? I kind of think that Divine Arsenal is a $70-ish card, maybe 65, so right on the money there for Tier 0, and the code What's Good 5 gets you 5% off, of course, supporting the channel. Alpha Master of Beast at 64. I don't know, people are going to be grabbing this in play sets, and you're going to see it in a lot of the back and forth metagame, I would think. So I can see why the people on TCG Player do not want to sell it for much cheaper. Torn Scale, way more expensive though on TCG Player, as are a lot of the cards right now, as the competition isn't there. Time and time again, we see Tier 0 end up doing their listings. A lot of the market either comes down to them or they sell out of their cards. Right now, the top-heavy cards, they've got more to list, but they're selling out pretty fast. So that does tell me that these high-end cards are probably underpriced, but we'll have to wait and see. What do you guys think? Again, when you're chasing booster box after booster box versus Starlights and that gamble, a lot more of the sets get opened. Phantom Rage is not short-printed like Rise of the Duelist was. Keep that in mind for how singles might go, similar to Eternity Code and other stuff, but Eternity Code's its own beast, right? It kind of had the Dark Neostorm effect. So many things are good in that set that things became lower priced, whereas this, you have two top-heavy cards and an archetype that's going to see some play and updates to other archetypes. I don't envy anybody having to price this out early, and it's just interesting to see the fallout of prices and where people are ranging and hedging their bets. Let's look at some of those buyouts I was talking about, though. Zoodiac, Chaka 9, oof. And then you have a lot of things going up in price. Thoroughblade is way up in price, though. We'll have to see how Gold Series fully turns out, but man, a lot of the Zoodiac stuff is up in price as we head towards Phantom Rage. And Whiptail, finally with a pretty solid buyout. This has happened time and time again, and I used to make fun of it, but this time it seems for real. It's not just Zoodiac past format, but also a current format deck that makes this deck look really good heading forward. And it's not, I got this in the comment section, it's not just Tri-Brigade that makes this good. AA Zeus, this is the best deck by far for it. You don't need to play the Phantom Rage cards, except for Zeus. You don't need to play the Tri-Brigade in here. Zoodiac can play on its own. It can play with Eldritch. It can play with Dogmatica. There's so many ways to play Zoodiac. I just like the one-card combos I've seen with the Tri-Brigade engine, but I do think that it's AA Zeus that does take this to the next level, not just the, the Tri-Brigades coming. I think that there's a lot that Zoo has to offer, and I actually started playtesting with it a little. It might be my deck heading forward into the next formats, because Golden Lord has its reprint confirmed. We see Elixir of Black Awakening going even crazier, that value displacement happening. When something goes down, something else goes up. Remember, this is a shorter print in this set, so it does seem like it's the piece now going up for the Eldritch players. Now, in one of the most random buyouts I think I've ever seen, it does turn out that the shop Yu-Gi-Oh.com new merch drop is limited indeed. All of the Winged Dragon of Ra stuff seems to have sold out, including face mask, mugs, pretty much everything around this was actually, I believe, around one of their Comic-Cons before, and after a whole year it hasn't sold out yet. You see other designs selling out here and becoming unavailable, indeed limited time. So with this real adult merch drop where you've got the mugs, you've got the tumblers, Konami did an amazing job with this. I actually ordered some. This is in the Twitch giveaway pool, but I actually ordered some of this. It's real nice quality. I gotta say, it's one of their best merch drops ever. I would be checking it out. Not sponsored by Konami or Shop Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm a actual customer. And finally, Blazing Vortex got a new card that has people talking about chase cards and is this good, isn't this good? I personally think it's like the evolution of Pot of Duality, it's Pot of Disparity, and you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. You cannot draw any cards with card effects the turn you activate this card. So this is already a huge restriction, and then you banish 3 or 6 cards from your extra deck face down, you excavate that many cards from the top of your deck, and you only add 1 card to your hand and place the rest on the bottom. So it's like extravagance, but you get to see all the cards and pick one instead of getting giving 2 random cards. In modern day Yu-Gi-Oh, so many of your cards, I know the feeling of drawing like an Extrav off Extrav, and this ends that meme. But with 6 cards available to dig through versus, oh, you also half damage any damage your opponent takes the turn. Certain decks don't care about that, but it's such a huge cost for 1 card and to dig. I do wonder how it will apply to the metagame as not a plus, but a 1-for-1, and then you're shut off from drawing, period. I think Extravagance is the better card, honestly, but what do you guys think of this? It's a huge conversation and how the metagame will pull forward. It could be very integral to the metagame, or it could just be worse than Extrav. I'm on team worse than Extra, but choosing the card, that is a pretty big deal. What do you guys think of everything happening here? Maximum Gold being different in the EU and USA in terms of how it's boxed together, and that's different for vendors and how they have to order and prices, and also all the spoilers today, thanks to Yu-Gi tubers everywhere. Go watch some of those videos. The pack openings are awesome. It's really good to see the quality control that Konami had. Maybe they were more careful with the Yu-Gi tubers. I don't think so. I think it looks really amazing. I look forward to some EU openings of this set as well. Maybe I need to follow more EU tubers. And it's an exciting day between pre-sales for Phantom Rage and Gold Series. Budget your wallets, like I said, all of October. Here comes November. Phantom Rage Gold Series. Ooh, it's gonna hurt. And Black Friday.